Hey, James. Photos.
Yes, they're of my family at New Year.
Oh, can I see?
OK then. This is one of us all. My parents are in the middle.
Oh, yes. What's your mother's name?
Susan.
I see. Susan. And is this your father next to her?
Yes. His name's Bill.
Bill. That's a nice name. How old are your parents?
They're the same age. They're both 43. And I have two sisters.
Oh.
This is Jenny, next to my dad.
Oh, she's pretty.
Ugh, I don't think so. She's 16.
Ah, this is you, next to Jenny, yes?
Yes, that's me.
So, how old are you, James?
I'm 15.
And this is another sister next to your mother?
That's right. That's my little sister Jane. She's 11.
And who is this next to Jane?
Oh, that's my grandmother. She's really old. She's 80, I think.
She looks healthy. What's her name?
Helen, but I call her Grandma.
Well, what a nice family. Now, I have some photos of my family here. Do you want to see?
Sure.
Hey, look, Sally. It's a letter from my family. There's a photo.
Let's see. Where's this? India?
That's right, last summer.
That's you on the left.
Yes. And there's my sister Bina sitting next to me. She's 19 now. And next to her is my little sister Versha.
She's lovely. How old is she?
14, I think. Yes, she's 14.
And who's that next to her? Is that Amit?
Yes, that's Amit, all right. He's 22.
And that's your father next to him, isn't it?
Yes, his name's Naveen. And next to him is my mother, Nina.
How old are they?
My dad is 56 and my mum is 53.
Right. And who is this on the end here? The last person on the right. I don't think I know him.
Oh, that's my brother, Tarek. He's 26.
So Tarek's your big brother?
Yes, he's 26 and I'm 24.
Well, you sure have a big family.
Yes, I do. And guess what?
What?
They're all coming to visit at Christmas.
Really? Oh, that's great.
Yes, for a month.
That's great, Raj. Great.
Welcome back, listeners. I'm Kent Brockwell, and in this morning's Family Life phone-in, we ask, how does life change after having a child? So let's start by going to the phones now to see what you, the listeners, think. First to line 1 and Tony. Tony, are you there?
Yes, Kent, I'm here.
So, Tony, you have a son, is that right?
That's right, Kent. His name's Ben. He's 3 now.
And can you tell us how your life changed after Ben was born?
Sure. Well, the first thing that changed was suddenly my wife and I had no money. I never knew how expensive it is to have a child. My wife stopped working, so we had less money. But we had to buy so many things. Baby clothes, special soaps, a baby bath, a pram, toys.
Wow. So you're saying your financial situation changed, Tony?
Sure did. My advice, if you're thinking of having a child, is save up.
Yes, good advice, Tony. Now, over to line 2 and Carol. Carol, are you there?
Yes, Kent. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Carol. Tell the listeners how life changed for you when you had a baby.
Oh, well, the first thing my husband and I noticed was that suddenly we had no time left. We felt like every minute of every day just disappeared looking after Elizabeth. That's our daughter.
So there was a lot to do then, Carol?
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. We were always changing nappies, preparing food, feeding her, giving her a bath.
So quite a change in lifestyle for you both then.
Exactly. Everything changed the day she was born. And another thing, we were always worrying about something. Was she too hot? Was she too cold? Was she hungry?
Oh dear.
My advice to new parents is, don't worry so much. Just enjoy being parents.
Well, thanks, Carol. Now our final caller is Lucy on line 3. Lucy, are you there?
Hello. Good morning.
So quickly, Lucy, as we don't have much time left, how did life change for you when you had a child?
Well, I noticed that suddenly we had no space left in the house. There were nappies, towels, clothes everywhere.
No space?
That's right. And so many toys. I mean, everyone bought toys. Terry had hundreds of toys. Of course, he never really played with any of them. What a waste. My advice is ask for money, not toys.
Well, thanks, Lucy, and our other callers. And now...
I remember when my father became ill. It was 10 years ago now, and he was 75. He was living alone at the time. His wife, that's my mother, of course, had died the year before, and he had been, well, depressed, I suppose you could say, ever since. Anyway, it was one January, just after Christmas. I went to see him on Sunday morning, as normal, and he didn't answer the door. I thought, that's odd, and I used my key to get in, and then I found him in the lounge, lying on the floor. Well, I phoned the ambulance in a panic, and then I waited. I can remember it now. A terrible feeling. After about 20 minutes, the ambulance arrived, and they rushed him off to hospital, and it turned out it was a stroke. Not a serious one, though, but he was in hospital for over a month. Of course, all the time he was in hospital, I was on the phone to my sister, Kate, and we tried to decide what we should do with him when he came out. Well, I couldn't have him at my place, as I was out at work all day, and it was clear he needed constant attention. Kate was the obvious choice, as she didn't work and had a big house, so he could have had his own room. But no, Kate wanted him to go into a nursing home. She said it was the best thing for him. But I am convinced that she simply didn't want to look after him. She just didn't want to take on the responsibility. Anyway, in the end, he had to go into a nursing home. I went to see him as often as I could, but that was only at weekends, of course, because I was working during the week. But Kate only went to see him once. I know that it was a long way for her to go, over 3 hours by car, but he was in that home for 6 months. Finally, he had a heart attack, and that was it. It killed him. Kate came to the funeral, but I've never really forgiven her.
Well, when my father became ill and went to hospital, James and I fell out. He wanted me to look after Dad, but I thought he needed professional help. I mean, if anything happened in the house, then I wouldn't be able to cope, would I? I'm not a doctor. James kept saying that because I had space, then Dad should come here. But I don't think he realised what that would mean. Changing all the house to have a bathroom on the ground floor, turning the dining room into a bedroom. Dad wouldn't be able to get upstairs, you see. And then there's looking after him. Taking him to the toilet and bathing him and all that. It would be okay for James to do that, as he's a man, but for me it seemed wrong. I felt that James was just trying to get me to do all the work and sort out all the problems and change my life, while his life would remain absolutely the same. That's not fair. James's excuse was he was working. He could easily have hired a care worker to help look after Dad during the day. He has lots of money. And then he could have taken over when he got back from work. Oh, it's clear to me that if he'd really wanted, then he could easily have looked after Dad. Instead, he just blames me. It's so unfair.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome to Language International. My name is Mrs. Watson and I am the centre manager. I hope you will all have a wonderful stay here with us. This is Miss Jones, who is our Director of Studies. Miss Jones, would you please say a little about the weekly timetable?
Hello, everyone. As Mrs. Watson said, I am the Director of Studies here at Language International. Could you all now please turn to page 5 in your folder, where you can see the weekly timetable. Now, you see that lessons begin every weekday at 9 a.m. The first class every Monday is grammar practice, followed at 9:45 by a visit to the language laboratory. There is a break from 10:30 to 11, and then you have a double lesson of speaking skills. Tuesday morning begins with presentation skills. This is important as you will each give a presentation at the end of the course to your class. And this counts for 10% of your final grade. At 9:45, you'll have a reading skills lesson, and after the break, vocabulary development. In the afternoon, starting at 1:30 p.m, you'll go to the library. In the library lesson, you can read, watch a video, or practice grammar. On Wednesday morning, you have listening skills, and then what we call current affairs, where you'll listen to the news on the radio and discuss what's going on. After the break, it's another double lesson of speaking skills. Thursday morning begins with pronunciation. Then a special Life in Britain class, where you will learn about British culture. After the break is grammar practice once again. Finally, on Friday morning, in the first lesson, you will practice writing skills, followed by a lesson in the computer room. After the break is the weekly review period, where your teacher will help with any problems you may have. Oh, and don't forget you can study on your own in the library every weekday from 3:30 to 6 p.m. as well if you wish.
Thank you, Miss Jones. Now I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Brown, who is the social organiser.
Thank you, Mrs. Watson. Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Brown and it's my job to make sure you have some fun while you're here too. Now, this afternoon we'll go together on a walking tour of the city, and then on Wednesday afternoon we're off to the local sports centre, where you can play volleyball or football, use the gym or go swimming to keep yourselves fit. And on Friday afternoons we have a film club. This week's film is Spider-Man. On Saturday, we're going on a day trip to Oxford, leaving here at 8:30 in the morning. Please don't be late or we'll go without you. And finally, on Sunday, we're off to London, leaving at the same time. If there are any other things you'd like to do while you're here, then just ask me and I'll see if I can help. Dr. Goodall, please.
Yes? Here, you, here at the front.
What is a typical day like for you when you're in Africa, Dr. Goodall?
Well, when I am in Gombe, I get up at 7:15. For breakfast, I usually have a piece of bread and a cup of coffee. Then I go and find the chimps.
What happens when you find the chimps?
I spend the day following them in the forest. It can be very tiring following the chimps, crawling through the jungle, but it's always interesting, as I never know where I'm going to go.
Do you stop for lunch?
Oh, I usually don't bother with lunch when I'm out.
What's the hardest part of the day?
I'm used to living in the jungle now. That has never been difficult for me, actually. But in the day, I normally feel most tired around 3 o'clock.
When do you stop following the chimps and go back home?
When it starts to get dark. The chimps choose a place to rest. The young ones play up in the branches. It's lovely in the sunset after a hot day. When I know they are settling down, I head for home.
How do you spend your evenings?
The Gombe evening is magical. It's dark by 7:30 p.m. I jump into Lake Tanganyika. The clear, fresh water makes all the tiredness go away. Then I cook something like beans, onions and tomatoes over an open fire.
And how about here in the UK? I guess your day must be a bit different.
Just a bit, yes. In Bournemouth, where I have a home, breakfast is at 9, which is great, because I can get 3 hours work done first. I always have many letters to write. I try to reply to them all, especially ones from children. In the morning and the afternoon, I write replies to all the letters. I have tea with my family in the late afternoon, and then go for a walk with my dog. After supper, it's back to work again.
And what about...
Dr. Goodall?
Dr.
Goodall?
Can I...
Good morning.
Good morning. What time is it?
6 o'clock.
Oh.
We missed you at breakfast.
Am I too late already?
I'm afraid so. Breakfast is in the great tent from 5 to 5:30. Here, have a piece of bread.
Is that it? One piece of bread?
Everyone has gone off to swim in the lake now. Do you fancy joining us?
In December? You must be kidding. It's freezing.
But the water is pure, and it refreshes our soul.
You said that yesterday, and I still haven't changed my mind. I came here to escape, to forget all my problems for a week, not make myself ill. No way am I going swimming. And that's final. Oh, now, what's the rest of the program for today?
Well, morning prayers start at 6:30. We meet in the great tent and chant together.
Okay, I need to unwind.
We do this for half an hour until 7.
How about yoga? Isn't that in the morning as well? I can't wait for that.
Yoga class is in the great tent from 7 to 8, and then we will walk in the wood to achieve inner peace.
Now, wait a minute. Where's that leaflet you gave me? Yes, here it is. Yoga finishes at 8, walking till 10. That's 2 hours.
Yes, it's really invigorating. The walk will cleanse your spirit and refresh your soul.
It seems a bit long to me. I'm not that keen on walking. Anyway, then from 10 to midday, it's meditation, right?
Yes, we meditate together in the great tent.
Great. And after lunch, what's this? It says here, creative skills.
Here you will learn a special dance. We dance among the trees to show our love for nature and the world. The dance will refresh your soul.
I'm not sure I like the sound of that. It's not really me.
No, you'll take to it in no time. It's from 1 to 2 o'clock. After the dancing, you will learn how to express yourself through painting and song as well.
That sounds more like it. Oh, and when do I get the massage?
That's at 4 o'clock. Then dinner.
Dinner. Yes, here it is. At 5 o'clock. What do we get?
Soup and bread. Soup and bread will...
Let me guess. Refresh my soul, right?
That's right!
Then what?
Then at 5:30, you return to your tent and meditate alone. You remain alone until breakfast the next morning.
I think that'll be the best part. Right. I'll see you at morning prayers in the great tent.
Yes, I'll see you then.
Well, here we are. Number 5, Highcroft Court. After you.
Thanks.
This is the hall, as you can see. There's a big mirror on the wall, and a telephone over there, too.
Is the telephone working?
Oh, yes. You only pay for the calls you make. Now, through here to the left. This is the lounge. There's a television and...
Look, Anna, what a big sofa.
It's huge.
Oh, yes, it's new, too. And if you go through that door in front of you, that's the dining room. With a nice big table and 6 chairs.
Great. We can have friends for dinner.
And it has 2 windows, so it's very light in here, too. Now, if we go back into the lounge and then left, on the left here is the bathroom.
It's a bit small.
Yes, but the shower and toilet are both new. And opposite, just here, we have the kitchen. It's a little bigger.
Is that a washing machine?
Yes, and there's a dishwasher too, over there.
Yeah, that's useful.
And finally, this is the bedroom.
Oh, yes. This is lovely. I like the big wardrobe.
There's a desk here too, so I can study.
You, Carlos, study.
It's very comfortable. Again, there are 2 big windows here, so there's lots of light.
What do you think, Carlos?
I think it's okay. How much?
£550 a month, including bills.
£550. So, when can we move in?
And welcome back to this week's Celebrity House Challenge. Now, this is the moment you have all been waiting for, as once again we go with Tina for a look inside a celebrity's home.
Thank you, David, and welcome to all you viewers out there. Well, here I am in one of the most luxurious homes I have ever been in, and just look at this wonderful lounge. In the middle is a superb leather sofa that can seat no less than 6 people. And in front there is this marvellous coffee table, made of wood with a glass top. The book on the coffee table is an atlas of the world, so perhaps that's one clue to the identity of our mystery famous person. It seems they're adventurous and enjoy travel. On the wall behind the sofa is a great painting, a fine example of modern art. This person is clearly very cultured and has excellent taste. And opposite the sofa is the television. And what a television it is! A huge, state-of-the-art, widescreen TV. And there are so many videos and DVDs here. So, this person must surely be a movie fan. The floor is polished wood, which gives the whole room an elegant feel. Near the door to the kitchen, there are some children's toys on the floor. So, this person must have a family. Well, what else can I say here? Oh, there are some beautiful flowers in the window. They add a feminine touch to the room. And together with the lady's handbag here on the sofa, you might think this person is a woman. Oh, yes, and one more thing. Behind the sofa, against the wall, there's a very modern desk with a computer and lots of work-like things. So this person probably needs to use a computer for their work. And they may even work from home. So, David, who lives in a house like this? It's back to you in the studio.
And so, moving on into the lounge now, what were you thinking of here?
Well, it's rather dingy and dark in here, so we'd like to have more lighting. Can you give us some ideas?
I see what you mean. If we have a large lamp here in the corner, it will help throw some light on the sofa. That'll give a soft, warm glow, very atmospheric.
Oh, that's a good idea, isn't it, darling?
Yes, but what about the walls? Don't you think we should have lights there?
Yes. If we use what we call occasional lighting, then again that should help balance things up. Just a few small lamps around the walls that you can have on to make the room brighter when you need to. The main light here in the center looks a bit insubstantial.
Yes, and it's too low. I hit my head on it sometimes. I'd prefer something closer to the ceiling.
Certainly, perhaps a larger uplight here, so the light shines up rather than down.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I was wondering about changing the blinds too. I think curtains might be better.
Yes, and you really want a mix of tones here. Otherwise, everything looks the same. There are too many dark tones, so I'd suggest cream silk-lined curtains to contrast with this beautiful black sofa.
But the carpet's cream. Won't that be a bit too much?
I was coming to the carpet. We need a mixture of textures here, so I'd like to suggest we get rid of the carpet and have a wooden floor.
Oh, now that's an idea.
A wooden floor would bring a natural, earthy texture to the room. And if we have some bamboo here in the corner near the television, then this would make a very strong impact, I think.
And how much would all this cost?
Well, what I'll do is...
Okay, let's open this and start.
Quick! Read the first clue.
Go to the clock and turn left. Take the first right and I'm out of sight. What?
Come on! There's the clock. Straight ahead. Let's go. Okay, here's the clock. What's next? And turn...
And turn left. Take the first right. Over there. Come on. Okay, here we are. And I'm out of sight. What am I?
Oh, look. Over there, next to the supermarket, there's an optician's. Out of sight must mean opticians. That's the answer for number 1. Quick, write it down.
Okay, number 1. Opticians. Okay. Clue number 2. On the corner, on the left, what do you see? Is it time for tea? What's on...
Over there, on the corner, on the left, it's a cafe. Time for tea.
Okay, I'll write cafe here. Next, number 3. Go back, find the school, turn left, and try to look cool.
Come on then. Back to the school.
There's the school again, straight in front of us. Turn left and try to look cool. Okay, so we go left down here. Over there. There's a clothes shop. Try to look cool. What do you think?
Okay, write it then.
Clothes shop.
What's clue number 4?
Let's see. Clue number 4. Go to the end and round the bend. On your left, there's a place to send.
I guess we keep going up here then.
Come on.
Okay, so this is the bend. Let me see that. On your left, there's a place to send. That must be the post office. Over there, on the left.
Brilliant! Well done. Okay, now for the last clue. Go through the park and pass the station. Here's where to look if you want information.
Through the park. Okay, up there. Let's go.
Okay, and past the station must mean we go past the train station.
Right. Keep going. I think we're going to win.
The last bit says, here's where to look if you want information. Well, where's that then?
Oh, of course. It's the library. Over there on the right.
That's it! Number 5. Library. That's it?
Quick. Let's go back to the school and see if we're the first.
Yeah. Come on. I wonder what the treasure will be.
Order! Order! Welcome! Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this public information meeting. Now, we have many things on today's agenda, but I think it best if we start with the main issue, which I'm sure is why so many of you are here tonight, the new bypass. Mr. Johnson, you are Director of the Stockton City Planning Department. Can I ask you to explain the plan and the reasons for the bypass?
Yes, Madam Chair. The City Council feels that a bypass is needed north of Stockton to take traffic away from the city centre. As you all know, there are just too many cars and lorries driving through Stockton. Now, I know local residents may not like the idea, but the best place for the bypass is through the Lee Valley. There is simply no alternative. The Lee Valley is close to Stockton, the ground is ideal for road building, and it is the cheapest option we have.
Order! Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Now, may I ask Sarah Wilson, the leader of the Save Lee Valley group, to explain the objections.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We residents of Lee Valley strongly object to plans for the bypass going through our countryside. The Lee Valley is the most beautiful, unspoilt area in the region. We mustn't destroy it forever. We must preserve it. What's more, it's an important historical site too. There are many ancient Roman remains here that the bypass would completely destroy. And finally, Madam Chair, we residents do not want 20,000 vehicles a day passing our homes. This would cause too much pollution. The plan is totally unacceptable.
Order! Thank you, Mrs. Wilson. Now, are there any questions?
Welcome to New York City Tours. This is an automated announcement. See all of Manhattan from the comfort of a double-decker bus. There are over 40 stops, so you can hop on and hop off all day. Enjoy an interesting and fact-filled recorded narration as you travel through the most famous uptown and downtown neighborhoods, from Times Square and Central Park to Greenwich Village, St. Patrick's Cathedral, and many more. Come and explore this wonderful city with New York City Tours. Please note, tours are in English only and start every hour from Times Square. $75 per adult, $50 for children under 16. For just $20 extra, you can also choose an optional harbor cruise to see the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. Tickets are valid for 24 hours. Press 1 to book now. Press 2 to hear this message again. Press 3 to...
Can I help you?
Yes, you can actually. We came back from Bermuda last night. This is the brochure of the holiday you sold us.
Oh, yes. Did you have a nice time?
No, we didn't. My wife and I are both very angry.
Oh, dear. What was the problem?
Well, To start with, we had to pay £20 extra each for airport tax. But it says here in the brochure, airport tax is included.
Oh, yes. So it does.
And our room didn't have a sea view. We paid extra for a sea view, but all we got was a view of the car park at the back of the hotel.
Oh, dear. This is very serious. I think we should fill out a complaint form. Now, what are your names?
It's Mr. and Mrs. Caldwell. That's Caldwell.
Okay. And the holiday was in Bermuda?
Yes, 2 weeks, from the 10th to the 24th of February.
10th to 24th of February. And today is the 25th. Okay. Do you have your customer number?
It's here on the receipt. DW83247.
Oh, yes. Okay. Now, you had to pay £20 each for airport tax. And the hotel room had no sea view.
Yeah, and you can add that the food in the hotel was terrible.
I couldn't eat a thing. We lived on sandwiches, didn't we, darling?
Yes, I lost 1 kilo in weight.
Oh, so the food in the hotel was terrible. Oh, dear.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
I'll send this complaint to our head office, and I'll phone you when I get a reply. Can I have your telephone number?
It's Walton 893 2443.
Walton 893 2443. Okay, well, I'm very sorry about this.
It was an awful experience. We want our money back.
I'll see what I can do. Our apologies once again.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Another one for the bin.
What about you, Tina? Have you got a story about a journey you remember?
Yes, I have, actually. There's one journey I'll never forget.
Oh, really?
Tell us about it. It was about 6 years ago. I was going to Hong Kong from London. The flight was early in the morning, so the night before, I stayed in a hotel near the airport. Well, I was in a holiday mood that night.
Oh, yeah.
And so I went to the hotel bar and ordered a drink, to celebrate. And I got talking to some other people. We had a great time, and anyway, when I left the bar, it was about 3 in the morning. The flight was at 6 o'clock, so it wasn't really worth going to sleep.
So what did you do?
I watched TV for a bit, but, well, I fell asleep, didn't I?
Oh, no.
When I woke up, it was after 5 o'clock. You have to get there early to check in, right?
Mm-hmm. Normally that's 2 hours before the flight.
So I panicked, grabbed my bags, and rushed outside looking for a taxi. Of course, no taxis anywhere.
Oh.
Luckily, after a few minutes running up and down the street, an airport bus came along.
Oh, that was lucky.
So I got on that. When I got there, it was actually nearly 6, so I thought, the gate will be closed. I've missed my plane. The whole terminal was empty, except for a huge crowd of people at one end. And luckily, that was the queue for my flight. It was delayed.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
Yeah, I was really pleased. But the delay went from 1 hour to 4 hours to finally 9 hours. 9 hours waiting in the airport. I slept on some chairs most of the time. Finally, at around 3 o'clock, the plane took off.
Oh.
But the worst part was yet to come.
Oh, no.
After a few hours, there was a huge storm, and the plane started bouncing around all over the place. I remember feeling it was like being in a washing machine. People were screaming, babies crying, food flying everywhere.
Oh.
I was really scared. And then, the worst thing of all, the oxygen masks dropped down. Oh, no. Suddenly, we were all staring at these yellow oxygen masks, and the feeling of fear, I just can't describe it.
What did you do?
I put my mask on and just sat there in absolute terror, with the plane bouncing all over the place and lightning outside the windows. Oh. Anyway, the plane didn't crash, thank God, and we got to Hong Kong okay in the end. But what a journey. I'll never forget it.
Welcome to our tour. Ghosts of the Tower of London, everyone. The tower has stood on this ground since 1066, when Duke William of Normandy invaded England. And throughout its history, it has been used as a prison and place of execution, which may be why, today, some people say this is one of the scariest places on earth. There are many tales of ghosts here. The ghost most people see is Anne Boleyn, the second wife of King Henry VIII. When she didn't give birth to a boy, she was beheaded on Tower Green in 1536. A headless female figure in a white dress has often been seen close to where she was executed, near Queen's House. She is also said to haunt the Chapel Royal, where the same headless figure has been seen leading a ghostly procession of lords and ladies down the aisle towards where her headless body is buried. The tower was also the scene of the infamous disappearance of the two princes, Edward, 12, and Richard, 9, who were thought to have been murdered in 1483. When their father, King Edward IV, died, his brother Richard took the boys to the tower for their protection, but they disappeared. Richard was later crowned Richard III. According to one story, guards in the late 15th century spotted the shadows of two small figures gliding down the stairs in the White Tower. Nearly 200 years later, in 1674, workmen found a chest beneath the stairway of the White Tower that contained the skeletons of two young children, recently proved by DNA testing to be the two princes. Lady Jane Grey was just 17 when she was executed on the 12th of February 1554, after only 9 days as Queen to Henry VIII. Her ghost is said to appear on the anniversary of her death on the Salt Tower. Other ghostly appearances include the chained and headless body of Sir Walter Raleigh, who has often been seen in the Bywood Tower, and another ghost many people have seen is Henry's fifth wife, Catherine Howard. She ran away from her executioner, and her ghost has been seen running down the tower's hallway, screaming for help.
Oh, spooky.
Now, let's go further into the tower and see if we can find any of these ghosts.
Hello and welcome once again to What's Cooking, the program that shows you the quick and easy way to cook tasty meals. Now, today I'm going to show you how to make mushroom risotto. This is an easy dish to make. First, heat 25 grams of butter in a saucepan. Then add half a large onion, chopped, and cook for 3 minutes. And next, add 300 grams of sliced mushrooms and continue to cook for 2 minutes. And now we are ready for the arborio rice. 350 grams. Stir it well. And next, you need some liquid. About a liter of vegetable stock, together with 150 milliliters of dry white wine. Add the liquid a little at a time. Keep stirring and gradually add more stock until the rice is cooked. And here's one I started just before the program began. Smells great already. And finally, we're going to turn the heat off, add 40 grams of grated cheese, cover it, and let it stand for 5 minutes. Okay, that's 5 minutes, so let's take a look at our risotto. And there you are, one perfect mushroom risotto. And next week, I'm going to show you one of my favorite desserts.
Part 1.
Table for two, sir.
Yes, please.
Can I get you any drinks?
2 glasses of water, please, and the menu.
We have a standard set lunch menu. Here you are. There are 3 courses. You can choose 1 dish for each course.
Thank you.
Here is your water. Have you decided what to order?
It all looks so good. What is the pork satay exactly?
It's pieces of pork in a peanut butter sauce. Quite sweet. Very tasty.
That sounds delicious. I'll have that to start with.
Very good. 1 pork satay. And for you, sir?
Are the spring rolls very spicy?
Not too spicy, sir, no. But they come with a sweet chili sauce.
I think I'll have the chicken and coconut soup, thanks.
Fine. And what would you like for main course, madam?
What's the difference between the red curry and the green curry?
The red curry is made from red chilies, so it's a bit hotter. The green curry is milder and more creamy.
Oh, green prawn curry for me then, thanks.
And the same for me. And for dessert, I'll have the fruit salad.
And I'll have the fried banana, thanks.
Very good, madam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Part 2.
Well, I couldn't eat another thing. That fruit salad was great.
Yes, it looked really fresh.
How about your fried banana? You haven't eaten much.
It's a bit too sweet for my taste.
That's a shame.
The pork satay was fantastic, though, and the green curry was pretty good, too. I enjoyed the meal.
So did I. The best part for me was the soup. I agree the green curry was okay, but it wasn't anything special. Anyway, overall, it was worth it. I'll be coming here again, that's for sure.
Me too. Perhaps we should make this a regular thing, Brian. Every Friday.
That sounds like a nice idea, Tracy. Why not?
Was everything all right with your meal?
Great,
Great,
thanks.
Would you like any coffees or anything?
No, thanks. Just the bill. We must get back to work.
Radio City. It's the Big Breakfast Show with Mike Martin.
Good morning, America. I'm Mike Martin, and what a lovely morning it is here today with the sun shining, and doesn't it just feel so good to be alive? Don't you feel great? Well, if you don't, then listen up, because today's topic is how to live a better and healthier life. Joining us here in the studio to start things off, we have expert Sonia Tarrington from the University of California's Nutrition Research Center. Hi, Sonia. Welcome to the program.
Hi, Mike. Glad to be here.
Sonia, your job title is nutritionist. Now, what on earth do you do?
Well, a nutritionist is basically a food scientist. That means I examine the effect food has on our bodies.
So you mean you find out what is in, say, an apple that makes it a healthy food to eat?
More or less, Mike. You see, unhealthy eating causes all kinds of health problems, such as obesity and even heart disease. It's an area the government is very interested in now, as it has to spend millions of dollars every year fighting these problems.
That's why programs like the University of California's Nutrition Research Center were set up. We hope to show people how to eat themselves to better health.
Eat yourself to better health. That sounds too good to be true. Shouldn't we be dieting or something?
Not necessarily. You really don't have to go on a diet to eat healthily. You can eat just as much as before, but by choosing the right combination of foods, then you'll become healthier.
Great. Can you give poor slobs like me any details here, Sonia?
Sure. The best thing you can probably do is add 1 extra vegetable to your main meal. Oh, and always cook vegetables by stir-frying. It's quick and easy, plus they keep their goodness.
Great advice. And I guess people like me who tend to snack on chocolate and cakes should swap to, say, fruit and health bars instead, right?
That's right. There's really no trick to it. It's just common sense.
So why do people like you get such huge salaries? Only joking, Sonia. Seriously, though, the message is keep away from fries and burgers?
Yes, and red meat. White meat, such as chicken or pork, is far healthier.
And my mom always said you should grill meat, too. Is that right?
Yes. Grilling removes more fat. You see...
And what about fish? My mom always made us eat fish on Fridays. Was she right? I hated fish.
Your mom was right again, Mike. At least once or twice a week you should eat fish. It's full of goodness and very easy to digest.
Okay then, Sonia. So, are you telling us that lots of fresh fruit, veg, and healthy things like that will make us live longer?
Well, the statistics suggest yes. You'll live a longer and healthier life. In fact, some research shows that eating more fruit and vegetables can reduce your risk of cancer by as much as 20%.
Amazing. Well, we'll be back with Sonia right after the ads.
Hi. Thanks for coming. It's great to see you. Come in. Now, let me tell you about my friends. Over there, that's my best friend, Susan. Can you see her? She has long black hair, quite tall and slim. She's wearing jeans and a t-shirt. Oh, you'll like her because she's friendly and she can be very funny. We were at school together. We had so many laughs. Then over there is Kevin. He's the one wearing the suit. He's serious, but very kind. He's a teacher. I'm sure the kids love him. Next to him in the shorts is Sam. He always wears shorts, whatever the weather. He's crazy, but he's interesting too. Ask him about his visit to India. Oh, and there's Mary dancing over there, the one wearing the dress. She's really clever, but she studies all the time. She's so hard-working, you wouldn't believe it. Anyway, how about a drink before I introduce you?
Hi, Sally. Long time no see. What were you doing here?
Oh, hi, Kay. Same as you, I expect. Just shopping.
Great. Is that a new dress?
Yes, it is. I got it yesterday. Do you like it?
Well, it's very short for you, isn't it, Sally?
Short is in this summer. Didn't you know?
Oh, I don't read any of those fashion magazines.
I can tell you don't. Well, this is the latest fashion. From Milan.
Oh, I know it's popular. I've seen that kind of dress a lot. It seems everyone is wearing it these days. I prefer something more individual.
Yes. So I see. What exactly is that you're wearing?
It's a pair of shorts, but it looks like a skirt. See?
Oh, yes. How original. Did you make it yourself?
No.
Marvellous. But I'm just not sure it's quite you, Kay.
Oh, really, Sally? Well, never mind. Perhaps it's too sophisticated for you.
No, I don't think it's that. But you're right. I can't see me in it somehow. Anyway, must hurry. I've got more shopping to do.
Well, good luck, Sally. Keep reading those magazines.
Thanks, Kay. Perhaps you should buy some too.
Now, today's lecture is the 4th in our series of lectures on the changing face of beauty. This week, I'll look at beauty in the modern world. Of course, remember also that I'm not just referring to female beauty, but concepts of male beauty too. Certainly, images of beautiful women or men are all around us. You can find them in fashion magazines, on TV, in movies. We all know what beautiful people look like, even if we are not beautiful ourselves. Yet, even in the modern world, what we see as beautiful is constantly changing. In the 1890s, the actress Lillian Russell was called the most beautiful woman in the world. She was 165 pounds, that is 75 kilos. In 1967, the fashion model Twiggy was seen as the perfection of beauty, and she weighed just 91 pounds, which is 41 kilos. A big change in our perception of beauty in quite a short time. In the desire to be perfect, many people decide to change their appearance through surgery. Cosmetic surgery, which started as long ago as 1910, aims to improve our physical appearance. Then it was an expensive luxury. Now it's almost routine. Men who want more hair can have hair transplants or pec implants for a more masculine chest. Women have facelifts or tummy tucks to remove fat. The problem is not the size of your stomach or the amount of hair on your head. The problem is that today, more than in any other time in history, we choose to identify ourselves by our appearance. We all want to be beautiful because we all think beautiful people lead better lives. Another common way we try to change our appearance is by dieting. Do you sometimes worry about your weight? Many people do. In 1950, diet products were worth $100 million a year. Today, the diet industry is worth over $50 billion a year. Excuse me, I'm looking for a bag.
Certainly, madam. This bag is very popular. It opens at the top here, like this, and has a nice pattern around the middle.
Do you have a smaller one?
No, it's only in this size, but it's very easy to carry.
I see. I think I'll leave it, thanks. Excuse me, how much is this radio?
That one, it's $39.99.
Oh dear.
But it's a very good radio. It's a cassette player too, as you can see. And it's light and portable, easy to carry.
Okay. I need a radio to take to the beach, so I'll have it. Oh no, it's raining. Is this umbrella in the sale?
No, only those ones over there, with the straight handle.
How much are they?
£7.50. That's half price.
It's a bit small.
Yes, but it can fit in your bag.
Okay, I'll take this one.
Okay, quiet please. Can everyone hear me? Welcome to the Thames Barrier. As you can see, the barrier goes right across the River Thames. It is 520 metres wide and took 8 years to build. It was completed in 1982. Can you see those big things that look like hats? They're called piers. There are 9 of them. Each pier is 50 metres high from top to bottom. Between them, you can see the steel gates. There are 10 gates in total. 6 of these gates rise up out of the water in order to form a barrier. The 4 largest of these steel gates are 61 metres wide and weigh 1,500 tons each. When they're not in use, these gates lie flat in concrete sills on the river bed. Down there also are 2 service tunnels. When there is a danger of flooding, these 6 gates are raised to form a barrier between the piers. When raised, Each is as high as a 5-story building. The other 4 gates are smaller, and they are lowered into the water. On the front of each pier are some navigation lights. A red cross means the gate is closed, and a green arrow means it's open. The gates are powered by electricity. The power packs are immediately below the steel roofs, inside the hats. The Thames Barrier protects London from flooding. This is necessary because every 100 years the water in the river rises 75 centimetres. This is due mostly to global warming, but also in part because the south of England is sinking slowly. But the rising water level isn't the main threat. The main danger of flooding comes from sudden big waves that come in from far out to sea. These are called tidal surges. So far, the barrier has protected London against flooding nearly 70 times. 750,000 people living in London are in danger from flooding, so it's very important to them. It wasn't cheap. It cost over £535 million to build. But this is a lot less than it would cost to repair any damage to London if the city was flooded. Now, are there any questions?
Artist number 5, Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock was an American painter, born in 1912. He was the most famous of the American abstract expressionist painters. Pollock had a very original style of painting. He did not use an easel, but spread his canvases on the floor. Sometimes he worked outside, so he could feel closer to nature. It was essential, he said, to walk around it, work from all 4 sides, and be in the painting. He often used materials from the surrounding environment actually in his paintings. He mixed sand and broken glass into some paintings. He sometimes added cigarettes, nails, buttons, coins, whatever was nearby that seemed appropriate. Jackson Pollock didn't paint in the normal way. Rather, he let the paint dribble from the brush and fall onto the canvas. He would often use a stick and flick, splash, dab, and drip the paint onto the canvas. In fact, Pollock's paintings are often called drip paintings, although dripping was only one part of the process. Sometimes Pollock simply put a hole in the bottom of the paint can and let the paint flow onto the canvas from there. He scratched and smeared them with his hands and named them with numbers. He used cans of ordinary house paint rather than oil paint. Pollock had an intense and energetic style. His shocking new technique demonstrated physical movement in his work, known as action painting. Each painting was more like a performance. He would almost dance around the painting, flicking and splashing paint. He had no predetermined format in mind when he began painting. He just let the paint lead the way, apparently at random. This spontaneous approach has led some people to think, my 5-year-old child could do that. Some critics agreed, saying his work lacks technique and is simply chaotic rather than artistic. However, others said he had a unique style that simply cannot be copied. Pollock himself insisted, there is no accident. The painting has a life of its own. I try to let it come through. Here we can see one of his most famous drip paintings, Number 1, also called Lavender Mist, painted in 1950. 3 meters long, the canvas is alive with lines and shapes that never let the eye rest. We are kept constantly searching. It has a fresh, active feel. Although now this style of abstract expressionism is out of fashion, Pollock had a great effect on the history of modern art.
Here we go then. Go on, Judith. Put your name in.
Right. Surname, Black. First name, Judith. Sex,
Duh. Female.
Occupation, student.
Children?
No, you know that. Now, username.
How about lovely lady?
Oh, yes, that's good. Lovely lady. All one word, okay?
Okay. Next bit. Let's see.
I am looking for a man, 20 to 24, for romance.
Now, leisure interests. What do you think?
Pop music, pubs, and travel.
What about countryside? You like walking, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Countryside.
Anything else?
No, that's enough. Now, I think I am...
I'll tell you what you are. Kind.
Okay.
Fashionable.
Thanks.
And, interesting.
Oh, thanks very much. And I think I'm a bit shy too.
You? No way. You can't say that.
Only joking. Now, let's search and see who we find. This is hopeless, Sarah. They're all so ugly.
Wait. What about him? Number 44.
James Hill. Attractive, friendly, sports, blah, blah. Trip around Europe. Well, he's good looking, I suppose.
Sure is. And fun too.
He's tall, which is nice. And what about his job? Manager.
That's okay. I bet he's rich.
But I think he's not very serious. I mean, a trip round Europe? And I don't like his hair. Who's the next one? Simon.
He isn't very attractive.
No. And he seems a bit too serious, if anything. Marriage and all that. But he's a teacher, and so am I. So that's good. And I love dogs. He has too.
He likes the countryside, same as you. And I think he looks quite kind.
Yes. Okay. So maybe...
Go on then. Email him.
What? Now?
Thank you, Kevin Edwards, for that short speech. Now, next we have Indira Komandur.
My talk is about arranged marriage. I'm 17. My parents are already starting to look for a husband for me. In a few years, I shall marry a man that they choose. Now, you're probably thinking, that's terrible. How awful. But I don't think so, and I'm going to explain why. Most people confuse arranged marriage with forced marriage. A forced marriage is one where you have no choice. However, when my parents choose a husband for me, if I don't like him, I can tell them and they will find me another. I have a choice. It's just that my parents do the looking for me. I think that's a good idea. After all, they know who I am. They know me better than I know myself, and I trust them to find a good man who will make me happy. They wouldn't choose a bad man for me to marry, would they? In Britain, though, people just hope to find their marriage partner at work, or in a pub, or at a party. This means it must be hard to meet the right person, I think. Perhaps that's why I see so many unhappy relationships and failed marriages. I would much rather trust my parents to find a husband for me than rely on luck. I think my marriage will have a very good chance of success. So when I say I'm looking forward to my arranged marriage, ask yourself, is it really such a crazy idea?
Hello?
Hi, Sophie. It's Elaine. How are you?
Elaine! Hi, I'm fine. I'm just preparing Tom's milk. He's hungry.
Oh, how is he?
Oh, he's fine, growing all the time.
And Philippe, is he okay too?
Yes, Philippe's fine. He's out at work just now. So anyway, what's up?
I've got some news.
Oh, yes? What?
I've left my job.
Oh, really? So suddenly?
Yeah, well, I had a row with the boss and he wouldn't change his mind, so I decided to quit, there and then.
Wow. How do you feel about it?
Relieved. It's a real weight off my mind. I wasn't enjoying it at all.
Good for you. So what will you do now?
That's what I'm phoning you about, actually. I'm coming to Paris.
Oh, Elaine, that's great.
Yes, I'm leaving next week. Actually, I've a favour to ask.
Yes?
Is it all right if I stay with you for a while? I don't have anywhere to stay and a hotel would be so expensive.
Well, it's just, we only have one bedroom here.
That's okay. I can sleep on the couch.
But little Tom, he doesn't sleep much. We are awake most of the night right now.
That's okay. Maybe I can even help out. I can look after him if you like. Oh, go on, Sophie. It wouldn't be for long. Just until I find a job, and then I can get somewhere to live on my own.
It may not be that easy to find a job here, Elaine. There's a lot of unemployment now.
Oh, I'm sure I'll find something. Go on. It'll be fun.
Well, I'll have to ask Philippe.
Oh, great. Thanks so much, Sophie. You don't know how much this means to me.
But...
Listen, I have to go now, but I'll call you before I leave. Thanks so much, Sophie. See you at the airport. Bye.
Can you pass me the salt, please?
Sure, here you are.
Oh, thanks. Say, are you from the States?
That's right. James Kent. Pleased to meet you.
Hi there, James. My name's Pim Talong.
Talong? That's a Thai name, isn't it?
That's right. I study at Ascension University.
Hey, I've heard of that one. What do you study?
Engineering. How about you?
I study history at New York University.
Oh, I study history too.
Oh, really? Where?
At the Sorbonne University. In Paris. I'm from France.
Really? What's your name?
Simone Clément.
Hi, Simone. I'm James, and the guy cooking is Pim.
Hi. Smells nice. What are you cooking, Pim?
I'm cooking a curry, Thai style. Do you want some?
That would be great.
Great.
Can Takeyuki have some too? He's my boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not?
I'll get the plates.
Oh, look, here is Takeyuki now.
Oh, hello.
I'm Pim. This is James, and you know Simone already, right?
Right.
Tell them what you do, Takeyuki.
Oh, yes. I study computer science at Tokyo University.
Takeyuki's so clever. One day, he's going to have his own company.
That's right. Saito Industries, it'll be called. Saito is my surname.
Sounds just great.
But first, Simone and I will get married.
That's just great.
Curry, anyone?
Yeah, sounds good.
Do you enjoy going on dates?
Yes, I find dates to be a lot of fun.
What's so fun about them?
To give me the opportunity to get to know someone better.
So you always have fun on dates?
Not always. I don't always like the person I'm on the date with.
Why not?
My date might not be my type.
So then, why would you ask them out in the first place?
I didn't realize until after our date that they weren't my type.
Sounds like a huge waste of time to me.
Now that I think about it, it really is sometimes. Do you like dating?
It's really a lot of fun.
What makes it so much fun?
It makes it easier to get to know somebody.
Are dates always fun to you?
Sometimes I may not like the person I'm having a date with.
Why is that?
The other person isn't always my type.
Why would you bother going out with them then?
I didn't know that they weren't my type until after I got to know them better.
It seems to me that you're wasting your time.
You're absolutely correct. Sometimes it is a waste. Are dates fun for you?
I enjoy dating a lot.
Why are they so fun for you?
Dates allow me to meet new people.
Your dates are always fun?
Well, I don't always like who I'm dating, so not always.
How come?
The person I am dating may not be my type.
How come you asked them out if they weren't your type?
You don't always know what type of person you go on a date with until you know them well enough.
Dating sounds pointless.
Now that you mention it, sometimes you're right. Can I ask you a question?
Sure, what's up?
Well, I was just wondering if you'd like to go out this Friday.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking we could go get a bite to eat and catch a movie.
That sounds like fun.
Of course, we can do something else if you'd like.
No, dinner and a movie sounds great.
Well, what time would you like me to pick you up?
How about 7:30?
That sounds good, so I'll see you then.
Okay, cool. May I ask you a quick question?
Of course.
How would you like to go on a date with me this Friday?
Seriously?
Well, I figured that we could go see a movie and get some dinner.
Cool, that sounds like it will be fun.
We can always do something else if you'd rather.
Not at all. I would love to go to a dinner and a movie.
That's great. So what time do you want me to come get you?
Is 7:30 okay?
Friday at 7:30 sounds perfect.
Great, see you then. Can I ask you something?
Sure you can. What's going on?
Would you go out with me on Friday?
Are you for real?
I thought that we could go to dinner and a movie.
That actually sounds like it would be a lot of fun.
Unless there's something else you would prefer to do.
Actually, I would really like to go to dinner and a movie.
What time do you want me to come by and pick you up?
Is 7:30 cool with you?
That's perfect, so I'll see you then.
Perfect. I'll see you on Friday. Hi, Todd. How's it going?
Things are going well. How are you, Mary?
I've also been doing well.
You know, I've been thinking about maybe taking in a movie this weekend. Do you like to go to the movies?
Yes, I really enjoy the movies.
Well, I've been hoping that we could spend some time together away from here. I was wondering if you would like to go out Friday evening for dinner and a movie.
Sure, that sounds good.
Is there any movie in particular that you might be interested in?
I was thinking about that movie, Australia.
Yeah, that looks like one that we both might enjoy. If I picked you up at 7, would that work out okay for you?
7 o'clock would be great.
Fine, then I'll see you at 7. I am looking forward to a great evening.
Hey, Todd, how are you?
I've been doing well. How are things with you, Mary?
Things are good with me also.
Mary, I was looking in the paper at the new movies coming out. Do you enjoy movies?
Yes, I go all the time.
I was hoping that you and I could maybe spend a Friday evening together. I was wondering if you would like to go with me this Friday to see a movie and get a bite to eat afterwards.
I would love to go out with you on Friday.
Do you have a certain movie that you would like to see?
I've heard a lot of things about the movie Australia.
You know, I was thinking that would be a good movie to go see together. Would 7 be a good time to pick you up?
7 o'clock would be perfect.
Okay, I'll pick you up at 7 then.
Todd, how have you been?
Everything is good. How have you been, Mary?
Perfect couldn't be better.
Mary, I was thinking that I might go to the movies this weekend. Do you go to the movies very often?
Yes, I like going to the movies.
Would you be interested in letting me take you to the movies on Friday? Maybe we could get a bite to eat afterwards.
I think I would enjoy seeing a movie with you on Friday.
I am not sure what movies are out right now. Have you heard of any that you might be interested in?
I think that the new movie Australia looks like it might be good.
That movie sounded interesting to me too. If I picked you up at 7, would that be too early?
I think that 7 o'clock will work out well.
Perfect. Well, I'll see you at 7 on Friday then. Hi, are you Mia?
I am Mia. You must be Ruben.
Yes, that's me.
It's so good to finally meet you. Karen has told me so much about you.
I hope that she had good things to say about me.
She had only good things to say. Did you have trouble finding me?
Well, how many beautiful women in a red dress by the fountain are there?
Thank you for the compliment.
So would you like to get a bite to eat, Mia?
That sounds perfect. Lead the way. Hi, is your name Mia?
Yes, my name is Mia. Are you Reuben?
Yes, I am Reuben.
Finally, the infamous Reuben. I've heard so much about you that I feel like I already know you.
Oh, no. I hope they had positive things to say.
Don't worry, all the stories were good. How were you able to find me so quickly?
It was pretty easy to find the beautiful woman in a red dress next to the fountain.
Oh, well, I guess that kind of narrowed it down.
Mia, could I interest you in some lunch down the street at my favorite cafe?
Yes, it's a great day for a little walk and some lunch. Hi, I'm looking for a woman named Mia.
I think I'm who you're looking for. You have got to be Reuben.
That would be me.
Reuben, Karen and Mike have spoken about you so often that I feel I've met you before.
I hope that what they had to say was mostly good.
They only said wonderful things about you. You did a good job of finding me.
Finding the beautiful woman in a red dress next to the fountain wasn't all that hard.
Yes, I guess it was a choice of me or the pigeons.
I was hoping that we could take a walk down the street to my favorite cafe.
Lunch sounds great. Let's head on out.
Hi, Linda. This is Todd.
Todd, good to hear from you.
I just wanted to tell you what a great time I had with you at the movies last week.
Me too, Todd. Thanks for suggesting that great movie.
I also enjoyed it and was wondering if you would like to go for a hike in the mountains with me on Saturday.
I would love to join you on a hike. Could I maybe bring a picnic lunch for us to eat on the trail?
Sure, Linda. That's a great suggestion.
Fine then. What time are we going to leave?
I was thinking maybe 9 o'clock or so that we could get started before the heat gets too bad.
9 would be perfect. I'll see you then. Linda, this is Todd calling.
Todd, I'm so happy you called.
Linda, I wanted to tell you how much I enjoyed our time together last Friday night.
Boy, Todd, that was one great movie you picked out. Thanks for asking me to go with you.
I had a great time too and was thinking that maybe you might want to join me for a hike to the waterfalls on Saturday.
A hike would be great. Let me pack us a nice picnic lunch, okay?
Linda, that would be a perfect addition.
I'll take care of the lunch then, and you can take care of the other plans. What time would you like to pick me up?
I was hoping to leave by 9 so that it won't be too hot for the hike.
9 is a great time to get started. I'll see you on Saturday. Oh, hi, Linda. This is Todd.
Yes, Todd. How nice to hear your voice.
Linda, I just wanted to say that I had a wonderful evening with you last Friday.
I really enjoyed our evening together, Todd.
I had fun. Also, and was wondering if you would like to go hiking with me in the mountains on Saturday.
Hiking would be perfect. May I bring along a picnic lunch for us to share?
A picnic lunch would be a nice thing to have along.
I'll work on the lunch, and you work out the details of where we'll go. What time do you want to be at my house?
9 would be good, don't you think?
9 is good. See you on Saturday. John, I was talking to the travel agent about where we might be taking our vacation this year.
I'm going fishing in Alaska with my friend Mark.
What are you talking about?
What's wrong with heading out with Mark for vacation?
You and I have been together for a whole year, and our vacation time should be about the two of us.
Really? Who made that rule up?
With that attitude, I don't really think we have much more to discuss here.
That works for me.
John, I was looking through some magazines for ideas about where we might go on vacation this year.
I've already told my buddy, Mark, that I'm going hunting with him in Alaska.
You can't be serious.
Hey, I've always gone hunting or fishing on vacation. I'm sorry that bothers you.
After a year together, I thought it pretty safe to assume that we would automatically spend our vacation together.
Says who? I don't think that is necessarily the case.
You know, now that I think about it, I really don't have much more to say to you at all.
Whatever you say. Brian and Christina were mentioning that maybe it would be fun to go on vacation together this year, John.
I thought that I already told you that I am going with Mark to Alaska.
Are you kidding me?
You know what? You and I had no plans, so I made plans with Mark. What's the problem?
We have been together for a year, and usually people who have been together a year take their vacation together.
I don't think that I've ever heard of that rule before. Any more rules that you would like to tell me about?
Go on your vacation with Mark, and when you come back, why don't you just move in with him as well?
I am really looking forward to getting away from you, far away from you. Joe, how are you doing?
I'm great. How about you, Mary? How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you for asking, Joe.
I was wondering if you want to go see a movie with me tonight.
I need to stay home tonight and finish my term paper.
Okay. What about going to the movies on Friday night?
What were you planning on seeing?
I was thinking about seeing that one about the rapist serial killer.
How about The Secret Life of Bees?
That's a chick flick. Hi, Joe. How are you doing today?
Things are going good today. How have you been doing, Mary?
Things are going well for me, Joe.
Want to go see a movie tonight?
My parents are taking me to dinner tonight.
Could you go with me to the movies on Friday night instead?
What movie did you want to see?
There is a new horror flick about a rapist serial killer.
I was thinking that I would like to see The Secret Life of Bees.
Oh, great. Sounds like something I need to bring Kleenex to. Hey, Joe. How have you been?
Oh, I'm doing well. How about you, Mary?
I am doing okay, Joe.
There is a new movie at the mall that I want to see. Want to go with me?
I can't because I already promised my roommate that I would go shopping with her.
I could go to the movies on Friday night instead. Would that be better?
Did you have a certain movie in mind?
I thought that the movie about a serial killer who rapes and mutilates his victims would be a good choice.
I kind of want to see The Secret Life of Bees.
Maybe we can think of something somewhere between a chick flick and a horror movie.
Hi, Kara. It's Mike here.
Hi, Mike. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and you?
Everything is going great.
Kara, would you be interested in going to dinner again this Friday?
Mike, I had a good time too, but I'm getting ready to move back to the East Coast, so I think I shouldn't get too involved right now.
Well, we could just go out as friends.
Right now, I think I need to really focus on matters at home, but thanks for a nice evening. Hi, Kara. This is Mike.
Hello, Mike. How are things going for you?
Great. How are you?
Fine. Everything is just fine.
Kara, I had a great time the other night and was wondering if you'd like to go out again this weekend.
Mike, I've enjoyed your company, but I am getting ready to graduate soon. I really need to focus on my studies.
Maybe I could help you with that. What do you need to get done?
Oh, it would be better for me to just deal with getting my work done. But thank you for a lovely dinner.
Hello, this is Mike. Kara?
Mike, good to hear from you. How are you?
Everything is fine. How are you?
Things are going well with me.
Kara, I had fun the other night at the movies and was wondering if you would like to go out again this Friday.
Mike, I don't think that's a good idea to go out again. I really need to focus on getting packed and ready to move back home.
Maybe we could just meet for coffee or something.
I can't really deal with any distractions right now, but I appreciate the nice evening we spent together.